Hey, so with the release of Star Citizen 3.23, I felt like doing something different in my Carrack. The multitude of new features listed in the trailer and the fun I've been having making money salvaging with my org mates in Trinity Defense Contractors got me thinking that one of my favourite things to do, which is loading a land vehicle into something larger and doing some on-the-ground exploration, might be a good look. With animals and improved water physics and interactions added to the game, it felt like a chance to see Star Citizen from a fresh perspective, with some of the new features being the focus. So I got some friends to help me fully deck the Carrack with all the snubs and land vehicles I'd need for my exploration and testing purposes, and I got going. I flew to Daymar this morning in what's become a bit of a ceremony to remember my first janky flight to a moon in Star Citizen. And when I found the right surface, I spent a few minutes speeding about the surface of Daymar in my racing Tumbril land buggy. Now, if you've never used one of these things before, they're a four-wheeled Land Rover type space buggy that used to bounce about all over the shop when it went over even the smallest of any kind of rock. CIG have been working diligently over the years to improve their handling, and I think though they've made massive strides, they're still a bit of a bouncy boy. Though their handling is not perfect, they are a fun experience, and they make travelling large distances to scan and exploring planetary surfaces an actual possibility. The next stop on my little journey about Stanton was a trip to Hurston surface, where I decided that I'd burn to a random location that looked like a green belt. Now, these green belts are full of grass and lush landscapes, and visible in the game from space, but I managed to pick a place that looked green from space, but was rocky when I got there. It did have the water I was looking for to test the new implementation of water physics. Some of the footage I captured here was the most awesome stuff because of how cool these new water physics are. If your ship that's fast enough and flies low enough to the water surface is picking up enough speed, you can actually get splashes of water on the window of your ship as you're speeding above the surface, which is absolutely exhilarating. And I'd be interested in whether CIG intend to add sea life to the game, as this might be a great reason for players to enjoy the spectacle and focus gameplay around these lake areas. But for the moment, I'd really suggest that people check them out, because seeing them for yourselves is a lot better than just seeing them in the YouTube video and you really want to experience these landmarks in-game. The final leg of my journey brought me to Microtech and its beautiful green open spaces where the Marok birds flock in large numbers. When in a vehicle and scanning the surface, I could see these markers everywhere, and on getting close I realised they're just markers for where the large numbers of the birds flock. This method of using a land vehicle to scan the surface might be useful for finding the Copian dogs, but I was unable to use it effectively this time or to find them because I didn't seem to get a marker when accepting the quest for where to find the dogs, so their location remains a bit of a mystery for me. But if you ever feel like doing some bird hunting, Microtech's green zones are definitely where you want to be. And these areas are stunning to explore because as the day-night cycles in Star Citizen do their thing, the lighting conditions change drastically. 323's server performance and my initial optimism about server stability may have been a bit premature, as though you can get a long play session in now, the overall stability of the server at capacity is often quite bad. I hope this changes over the next few months touches of brilliance all over it, and I'm glad to have a reason to play the game, enjoy it, and make content on it again. If you enjoyed this rant about Star Citizen and the development of the game, thank you very much for listening to my TED Talk, and yeah. Cheers to all of the new subscribers and new people who check out the content and all that, and yeah, like and subscribe if you feel like it, and thank you very much. Peace.